Alright, hello and welcome back to Beyond the Beyond. We're just going to pop back into Zalagoon here and have a couple of conversations with some people. Rumor has it that Bandor's troops are already in the south. If you're going there, you should take a detour. Go along the eastern coast. That's the safest route. So there are a couple of caves that we can go towards off to the west that won't really work out for us. And there'll be some harder enemies in those areas, so we don't want to go there. We want to go to the eastern coast for right now. This guy hasn't said anything different since what he said earlier when we first came in. I don't think this guy says anything new either. Do my best to protect Zalagoon from Bandor, not that interesting. And the village on top of the southwest mountains has been there for ages. The inhabitants are said to be the descendants of the ancient elder magicians. So we need to try to find our way towards a village in the southwest. Some believe they retained some of the elders' great knowledge of magic. This is something that either Sir Pyatt or Sir Bison, probably Sir Bison, mentioned to us as well. So that's kind of our next goal. We're going to make a couple of pit stops on the way. And this thing, until recently, Zalagoon was an optimistic town, but now, okay. Alright, that's enough. So this is probably going to be a relatively short video. We're just going to be exploring a couple of towns here. And in order to get these towns, we are going to follow that gentleman's advice and head more easternly along the coast at first. See if there's anything new. Nah. Alright, we're back. We're going to continue to head along this east coast, and I should have stayed out of the forest, as that's going to increase our encounter rate. Alright, let's carry on. Or not. Alright. Honestly, in a way, all these encounters aren't all that bothersome to me, because we are going into an area coming up where it's one of the first places I think that truly starts getting a little bit difficult. And we're probably a little bit under the level I'd like to be. I still don't anticipate it being a major issue, but if we can grab a couple extra levels before them, that will be certainly a benefit. Let's see. Oh, good. I really didn't want to have to bother dealing with curing her, and then we also get a counterattack. Nice job, Annie. Annie, of course, remains the probably best member of our fighting unit, just with her ability to deal decent damage. She doesn't hit as hard as Dark Wolf or Samson, but she can do that. She can also heal, and her... we have some new enemies. Amazons. Heal, and she has offensive magic, which makes her quite useful. Dark Wolf will also get some offensive magic healing, and does have higher attack than her, but a notably lower mana pool, so he's not quite as useful in that department as Annie is. But ultimately, it's the two of them that I consider the most well-rounded. So you can get kind of an idea of the very high encounter rate you sometimes have in this game. Technically have a new enemy here, and a new sprite for that matter, the flying mouse. And honestly, I don't remember if... actually, you know what? I'm going to focus our attacks on the thief. I don't remember if you got to see the thief earlier or not. I did fight some in the sewers. They're kind of an interesting enemy type because they get to attack twice. They have a fairly high speed, so they tend to attack pretty early, but also at the end of the turn they get to attack again. So it's an important enemy to take out quickly. Luckily, they don't have particularly high defense, so they're not that hard to kill, but if they do sneak past you, then they deal that double damage with the two attacks. And Flying Mouse, nothing really to write home about. Kind of an interesting sprite, but not particularly dangerous by any means. Hey, Annie reaches level 10. PP, LP, not a huge mana increase, but heal level 2, so that's nice, in case we need to do any extra healing. Alright, I'm going to just ease over to the west just a little bit so you can see this tower. I'm not going to be coming back here for a few more videos, but just something to keep in mind, particularly when we do get to this town down here, because a few people are going to talk about it. And let's keep going. Should be there very shortly. There we go. So where is this? Maybe this gentleman will tell us. Welcome, travelers. Enjoy our peaceful village of Ophera. There's not a huge amount that we need to do here. We're just going to grab a couple items and have some conversations. If we search under this table, monster bait, which we'll sell. I want to learn magic. That's why I'm trying to find the ancient village of the elders. I've heard that it's hidden away in the mountains to the west. So now instead of southwest, he's just saying west. So we can kind of reorient ourselves with our directions. The game, when you bought it, also came with a world map, like a physical copy of the world map. So that's another way that you can have a slightly better idea on where you need to go. Recently, I've heard stories of pirates appearing everywhere on the continent. They seem to be interested in the ruins to the west. Interesting. Keep that in mind. We're not going to buy any items, but we will search this bush and get a healing herb, which is a nice, very useful item. Does this gentleman have anything to say? Did you stop by here on your way to the port town of Luna to the south? There's not much here at Ophera, but please enjoy your stay. That is true, and Luna is where we are headed next. Alright. Something's wrong with my father. Ever since he spotted the tower, he's been very quiet. We'll have to chat with him. Smoke bomb. And I think there's one more item to find in this town in one of the other houses, but this gentleman's going to give us a little background on some information. Have you seen the tower that floats above the ruins of Aran's palace? Let's say yes. We're going to answer both yes and no either way. You've already seen it? According to ancient texts, the Tower of Aran used to lie on top of the ruins. I never thought it would reappear in my lifetime. And we'll talk again. This time we'll say no. No one in the village would believe me until they saw it with their own eyes. It can only be the legendary Tower of Aran. The tower is supposed to appear over the world. Appear when the world is threatened by a great evil. Interesting. Bookshelf. Ancient Legends of Aran's Tower. It says the Holy Hammer is only a guide. You must open the road on your own. Not certain what that means just yet, but we'll keep it in mind. Search the base. And what do you have to say? If you are going on to Luna, you should be very careful. I have recently heard stories of pirates frequenting that area and a lot of stolen merchandise being passed through there. Okay? We got some cool goods in Luna. I don't know if we should be supporting piracy, but if it gets us better gear to better save the world, maybe it's worth it. You must be great warriors. Are you here to explore the ruins? We are, sort of. Many warriors have come to find the secret treasure of Aran's palace. Well, I want to find a secret treasure. Bookshelf. A guidebook to Aran's palace. It says, it's a classic example of the Greenheim continent's oldest form of architecture. Okay. Not sure how that's helpful to us. And the flame card. So that's a nice little item. Alright, let's go through here, see if this guy's anything to say. Luna to the south is a bustling port town with numerous shops. I've also heard that the nightlife there is great. We haven't really had any nighttime experience in this game, but maybe we can find a way to hang out and see what the nightlife's like. We are all amazed at the appearance of the tower above the ruins of Aran's palace. Wonderful. Great addition to the conversation. Alright, let's carry on. And so yes, we're going to go to Luna in the south, although it's really more southwest. But let's see how it goes. Dark Wolf has reached level 10. Minor increases to VP, LP, and MP. A couple of strength, 1 defense, speed goes up again. Nothing too special, but every little bit helps. Alright. Luckily this isn't actually too long. Anything new? Oh, alright. So 2 new enemies, actually, the Warlock being the more dangerous of the 2. I think this is our first magic-wielding enemy, and we will hopefully take him out before he actually does any, has time to cast spells, but I guess not. Oh, good. Just use an herb on himself, so that's better. The Man Trap is not exceptionally dangerous by any means. It's a plant that's more weak to fire than some of the other enemies. But it's not something we really need to do. It might have the ability to poison, but I actually don't even think so. But, alright, let's see if anyone happened to... Hey, Edward, level 10. DP, LP, MP by 3, so that's good. Strength, defense, speed. His speed going up is always good. He's pretty slow, so it's nice to get him moving up in the attack order. I don't really care if he attacks before our, other members of our party, but I'd like him to attack before the enemies do. So not really a different sprite, just a different color. This High Orc, we'll go after him first as well. When we get slightly later in the game, I'll get a little more systematic about which characters attack which enemies in the hopes of having a higher chance of taking them out kind of all in one turn. We don't necessarily need to use our strongest fighters for every attack. But at this point in the game, I'm still really just having everyone go, because Edward's not going to do a lot of damage. You never know when Samson's actually going to attack or not. And yeah, there you go, see? And it's easier for me just to make sure the enemy dies before they get their attack off. Oops, oh, did not see that coming. I thought Samson was at more risk than Annie. So Annie won't get these experience points because of that. Because she was groggy. That might actually be one of the first times that that's come up. So use Annie to just heal 1 is fine for Samson. Alright, let's continue on. We have some mountainous terrain that we will hopefully be on only for a brief window. And a High Orc. Alright, let's continue on. Out of the mountains, preferably. Almost to Luna. Anything new? No. Alright, here we go. Almost there. Oh, this is a new enemy, worm. Makes me think of Dune, the great sandworms. Or perhaps even Final Fantasy. I usually think of Final Fantasy X when I think of them. The great worms in the desert. They're decently strong, but not too much of a problem when they're just by themselves like that. Alright. Now along the coast here, we will soon come to the port town of Luna. See if there's anything new. Oh. So of course the Devil Scorpion is a reskin of things we've seen in the past. I don't believe we've seen any type of skeleton enemy yet. So that guy's new. And there'll certainly be other versions of that coming forward, or moving forward. There's not a lot that's going to survive a doubled dual Dark Wolfensteiner attack. Nope, was not paying attention to his health. So sometimes in situations like this, I will just kind of defend, just to make sure that the character can come back from their groggy state and get the experience points. One of the only 2 uses I have for this defend mechanic. Other than that, I don't really know why it's in the game. There's one other time it's going to come up, but not until almost the very last thing we do. But we'll talk about that in the future. Samson reaches level 10, so look at that. Good thing that we waited a bit. Even though all that happened is he got 1 vitality point and some strength. Speed going up is always nice too, but man, the limitations in his growth are somewhat staggering at times. Alright, so we have reached Luna. It's an interesting town. Welcome to the port town of Luna. Even though this is a small town, there is constant trade going on. Please enjoy your stay. So a few different things that we can do while we're here. One is that we can go to the inn. Apparently, you just sleep in the main room and people can... I was partying all night, let me sleep. A reference to the fact that Luna has, as they mentioned, a roaring nightlife. Yeah, we can rest tonight. I'm going to want to rest up for the cave that we're going to next. Okay. So yeah, a few things that we can do here now, although the more interesting time to come to Luna is the second time we're here, or third perhaps, depending on exactly how you think about it. Nothing special in any of these barrels. Let's talk to these two gentlemen here. Beyond the valley and mountains to the east, there is a village known as Janawon. I've heard it's pretty boring there. That is something for us to remember a good bit into the future. I've heard there's a great club which opens up at night, but I have to work early in the morning. If only I had the legendary Moon Crescent. It might have helped if he provided slightly more information there, that the Moon Crescent switches things from daytime to nighttime, but that's okay. Luckily, we just already know that. Search the barrel, nothing there. I don't remember what's in where in this town, so I'll have to search everything a little more diligently than I did in Ophera town. Have you heard the rumor of pirates living in this town? Let's say no. The rumor came from Zalagoon, but as you can see, it's completely unfounded. And if we say yes, who is spreading these lies? As you can see, there is not a single pirate in town. Are you the people asking about pirates? I guess we are now. This didn't come from me, but I heard that Luna's nightlife attracts all kinds of people. What a very unique addition to any conversation that you randomly overhear on the street. Nothing in there. Oops. See what this guy has to say. I came to Luna because I had heard that you could buy ancient treasures, but all I see are crooks selling cheap imitations. Anything here? No. Alright. Let's pop into this shop here. See if anything's in any of the vases. What does this guy have to say? I have a special item to sell you. This mysterious vase. It's only 200 gold. What do you say? So I'm not going to buy this. This is a way you can actually make essentially unlimited money. You can buy a bunch of these vases, and then you can go to the item shop and sell them, as some of them will be boring nothing vases, and some of them will be very expensive, powerful vases. It's not something I like to do, so I don't do it. Need to sell some items, I'll take them. No, do not sell to this guy. He gives you less money than the actual merchants do. Alright, nothing here. Let's see what's going on up top here. What? You sold my vase, you idiot! I traveled halfway around the world trying to find that treasure. That was the legendary Vase of Life. That pirate Domino threatened to kill me if I didn't give it to him. Your life is insignificant compared to the value of that vase. You're fired. Get out! And then we get taken out by him. If that's the way you feel, I quit. Don't do that, you'll miss your severance pay. Obviously, you should be able to see those treasure chests off to the side there. We cannot get those yet, but it is something to keep in mind later. Same with that chest there. Alright, let's pop into this item shop where we have a legitimate merchant. Welcome, I specialize in weapons and armor. What can I do for you? So we do have some decent items that we're going to get here. I'm not going to buy any of the actual items, but we'll get some of these weapons. I'll do this sort of off-screen here and then come back when we're done. Alright, so we got some fun new gear here and just a couple more people to talk to. I have a ship if you need to travel freely around the world. Do you want to buy it? I do want to buy a ship. It's a bargain, only 1 million gold. Unfortunately, that is obviously not only a ludicrous amount of money in the game, but it's also above the max amount of money you can get, so you literally cannot buy this. Hey, I think you heard me wrong. It's 1,000,000 gold. If you want the ship, you have to pay me in full. Fair enough. What? Captain Domino has been seen? Rumor has it he's a loner, even for a pirate. I guess he just kind of goes off in his own, which either makes him a terrible captain or not a captain at all. I'm not sure which, but that's okay. Either way, we will end things here. Nothing else to do in town. And when we come back, we will be launching northwards through a maze to try to find our way to this ancient village of the Mystics. But till then, see ya.